Hello and welcome, this is Seven Gravel Race. The gravel season has well and truly kicked off, but I tell you what, this is the big dance, so take a look around. We're back to qualify for the UCI Gravel World Championships, and this morning, these riders are staring down the barrel of Seven's grueling course. 125 kilometres on the menu and 12 categorised climbs for the riders to tackle, 3,200 metres of elevation gain, and this is anything but easy. It's time to get stuck in. Who's going to be the new 2024 champions of the biggest gravel race in Australia? Let's find out. Perfect conditions here in Nannup, Western Australia. Now riders on the start line getting ready for one of the most prestigious gravel races in the country. Focused and ready. 3, 2, 1, away. We begin with a neutral start out of the town of Nannup. The riders taking a chance to chat shop and talk about their setups for today's event. Trekkie always looking very, very focused. The bridge marks the start of the race, and today we're going to be covering the women's elite. You can see the Australian champ there, Justine Barrow, on the left. And here is Annabelle Fischer, the Swiss rider. She has the GoPro, which we'll be seeing a lot of today. You can see the volume of riders is very compact as they're heading towards the first sector of gravel and really the quasi start of the race as they turn right here on course. And for the women, it is so important to stay inside those front 30 wheels. This first gravel sector is chaotic. There is riders coming back, moving forwards, changing lines because the surface is not always even as we see here. We can see Cassia Boglio, one of the favourites, is just staying tidily in the bunch. The riders here are about to enter the first major descent, and this really stretches out the peloton just with the different abilities and confidence. It's a chance to catch your breath as you get a bit more space around you. But you still have to stay focused. Riders already getting mechanicals. Trying to get a bit of draft at this point is super important. And again, all the things you need to be looking out for as they head towards the little rise. And look at this. The lines disappear and you can be pushed off. Justine Barrow in the centre of the screen in very good position. And this is where the race settles down a touch as they head towards the first major climb of the day. I talked with some of the favourites yesterday, so let's hear what they had to say.
Okay, and where do you want me to look? You? Okay, oh look at you. I'd like to win. I don't do this because I want to have fun. It's not fun.
With such a small field mixed in with men, you won't necessarily even know where your competitors are. But there's some damn quality there, isn't there?
There'll be 3-4 girls that are close, but I don't see it staying together to the end. No way.
If you're wondering where the women are right now, they're in this valley behind me. And at the base of the climb, you can see Justine Barrow coming into our field of view, and we're on board with Annabelle Fischer.
Oh no! The chain! Fuck! No!
Annabelle Fischer's chain has been jammed in the chain catcher.
We have to catch her. I had a problem. Please help me out in the front.
Knowing she's lost a lot of ground here, she's trying to use the riders around her to bring her back to the front of the race because the peloton has already entered the first climb of the day. Annabelle is now making a maximum effort here to move her way back up through the field and get to the front of the race. You see Peter Mullins on the left-hand side.
How many girls here?
2, 3, 6, 7, 4.
She's trying to figure out where she is on the course right now with respect to the other elite women. It's busy through here. There's traffic. We can see Kate Bonner on the right-hand side. And again, picking off riders one by one. Don't forget, this is a maximum effort here that she is using in a very early moment of the race. Let's go to the top of the climb now. Here is the front of the women's elite, and it is Justine Barrow who is pushing on. She is renowned for being one of the best and strongest climbers in Australia, and not only is she at the front of the women's race, but she's also towards the pointy end of the men's right now. Further back down the climb, we have Cassia Boglio sitting in position 2 over the top. Meanwhile, Annabelle Fisher, who had the mechanical, has made a lot of ground, but she still has plenty of work to do.
So nice. Right at the top of the climb. Let's go!
As an elite female in this race, you're going to be surrounded by men all day.
You're bringing up just the whole topic. Our race will largely be decided by the men. That being said, you've got to have the skill and the tactics to hang with the right men, but if you make an effort, get away and then your competitors brought back to you by men, totally changes the race.
I think she's there. I hope she's there. Thank you.
Annabelle Fisher finally catches position 2 on the road. Cassia Boglio, who looks behind to see her in the distance. Annabelle rolls up behind and now passes Cassia to get into position 2 on the road. And here comes a local strong time trialist, Lee Bolden, who says, hop on. And this is the moment Annabelle holds the wheel where Cassia does not. But it's tough work.
Hey.
In position 2 now, there's still a lot of work to do. And look who we have just there in the green and gold. Annabelle has made the catch, and now position 1 and 2 are in the same group on course. Back in position 3, Cassia Boglio has not given up, and she's looking for riders to help her move forwards and catch our leaders. We're at kilometre 51, and if you're wondering what fast gravel means, take a look at the surface. This is what about 25 mil of rain the night before does to a gravel course. This is beautiful and smooth and hard packed and fast. All the loose rocks washed away down into the culverts here, and that makes for smooth and fast racing. And this is a perfect example of the advantage it is for being in a large group like this. Justine and Annabelle are in this group, and they are happy to share the workload and keep the racing speed high. It's a big advantage back to position 3, Cassia, who is on her own. Now at this point, Annabelle and Justine have not acknowledged each other in the race, so this is the first time they communicate.
If you have to stop the mechanicals, I will not accelerate, but I can't stop.
Kilometre 61, and the race has really established now. And I'll tell you what, I'm out of breath. I've just run up the hill. We have got amazing scenes here, the resting mist and fog. And this is what 7 Gravel Race is all about, a hidden wonderland full of climbs. There's no change to the front of the race here with the women's elite. They are still pushing on and working hard on the climbs to extend their lead. Cassia Boglio, the hometown hero here, in 3rd position. She is now up to 3 minutes behind this group and doesn't have the advantage of a group of 2025 to help her roll along.
This race means more to me than other ones.
Podium, Cass.
Real goal is to do one better than last year. A few things have changed for me in the last 9 months. I think things started clicking a bit. Having a lot more race experience now, I'm more confident knowing what my limits are and having a bit more belief in myself, I think.
It's a lonely road in P3 for Cassia Boglio right now, but she is not giving up at her home race. Back at the front, we've had a change in the lead. It is now Annabelle Fisher who is in position 1, and just as they're descending down this beautiful road, take a look around at this amazing scenery. Now, gravel cycling is unpredictable and mechanicals can happen at any moment, and this is what happened to Justine Barrow. She is 25 seconds back now from the lead, and she's trying to descend her way back on.
Everyone would know technicality is not my strength. I like to try and control the controllables, and sometimes I don't realise things that may be out of my control.
Justine Barrow is now having to go out of her comfort zone to catch the leaders who are just down the end of the road. Now we're at kilometre 80 and we're standing at the base of Ellis Creek. It's 2 kilometres in length at 9% gradient. And have a look at this. Justine Barrow, the Australian gravel champion, is now back in the lead, and this time Annabelle Fisher is nowhere to be seen. She's in her element on one of the toughest climbs in the race, and not only is she breaking away from Annabelle, but she's breaking away from anyone in sight.
About 25 seconds to Justine.
Oh, there's someone ahead.
Yeah, Justine.
We're at the highest point for 7 gravel race right here, and it is the Australian gravel champion Justine Barrow who has finally broken away from Annabelle Fisher. She's now solo. The time gap around 45 seconds, Justine. Now to Annabelle Fisher from Switzerland, and she's waiting to try and pull back the gap. She won a time trial in Spain a few weeks ago, and she might need to pull some of that ago. 1 week ago, she's going to need to dig deep. And for the first time today, Annabelle Fisher is now on her own in position 2. Perhaps the efforts at the start of this race are starting to take its toll. It's kilometre 100. Justine Barrow, the Australian champ, has extended her lead to over a minute. And there's still plenty of elevation left in this race. So if you're feeling good, you can take back a lot of time. But if the legs have fallen away, you can lose just as much. And here is Cassia. All of a sudden, she's starting to look really good. A smile on her face and the power in her legs is obvious. She's got 25 k's to go to catch Annabelle for second place. And now we leave the course to see our winner cross the line.
So our first race back, cheer her in, ladies and gentlemen. Justine Barrows, you are a champion.
It was tough from the start. Annabelle and I came together a few times, and then I dropped my chain and was separated, but managed to get back.
Justine also set a new course record for the women's elite race, and this was her first win in the national colours. And now, who is going to take second place?
Cassia, I'm not sure if we saw Annabelle Fisher cross the line, so this could be the second place. The Homedale star.
I felt pretty rubbish, to be honest, today, but that second caffeine gel kicked in after about 3.5, 4 hours.
It certainly did, as Cassia rode an insane last 30 kilometres to claw back Annabelle and take second place on the podium for the second year in a row. And here is our third place finisher, Annabelle Fisher, and what a journey she's had in this race.
I've done everything. I've won Tracker, I've won Rift, I've won Octopus, I won the final, I won the series, and this has been the most enjoyable parkour. It's been wonderful, it's been absolutely beautiful. It's if anyone needs to know how to run a race, do like this.
It's a beautiful sport. You can get wrapped up in the race aspect or this is hurting aspect, but just want to cross that finishing line with nothing left in the tank.
Races like this, if you do get a result, a lot of opportunity comes from that. And for me, doing well at this race last year sort of started this whole gravel thing, and a good result here would open some more doors for me.
Rolling over the finish line first would be worth it. But it is a small field. So probably just stay safe and look after each other and have fun.
We're all done and dusted here at the 7 gravel race. The women's elite has been decided. It is absolutely top echelon of talent. The men's elite race was won by Brendan Trekkie Johnston, Mark Chong in second, and Brendan Davids in third. It's been great having you here, watching along with us, and we can't wait to see you as we journey towards the World Championships here at Nannup in 2026.